Okay, this is the short last bit of the Unit 1 Section 4 notes. Continuing where we left off, we're still talking about facial expressions. So, and using non-manual signals, specifically to the head shake and the head nod. How you can sign that is this represents your head, back and forth for shake, and up and down for nod. Looks similar to the sign for yes, huh? So, you've already learned how to use two important non-manuals when you sign yes and no. You didn't know you were learning it, but you already did. These signs must be paired with the non-manuals for head nod and head shake. Use these to indicate yes or positive, or no or negative when you affirm or negate a sentence. Gently shake or nod your head while you're signing the whole sentence. Don't overdo it. You don't want to look like a bobblehead. But we're going to see a couple examples to show you how much is an appropriate amount of head nodding or head shaking. So, yes, I'm Mia. I nodded my head a couple times. I'm not doing... You're going to make yourself dizzy. The next example is, no, I'm not deaf. I just wiggle my head slightly. That's enough to indicate that it's a negation. I don't even have to add another sign. I can just say, shaking my head no while I sign deaf means not deaf. All right, a couple of finger spelling notes. I've already gone over the alphabet in the first video, so if you need a refresher, you can look there or in all of the places where it's talked about online. But remember that your hand is a hand, not a typewriter. So don't bounce it up and down. Don't take it out to the side. Just try and keep it in one place. If you're struggling with that, put your finger or your hand on your wrist. It can help you to remind yourself to hold it in place while you are still working on that. There's a couple of exceptions when you might move your hand slightly, but your finger spelling space is only about this big. Your hand should stay pretty much right here. All right, so as finger spelling continues, you're going to make mistakes. I make mistakes. We all make mistakes. What do you do if you make a mistake while you're finger spelling? Don't wave your hand to erase what you just spelled, like you're erasing a board. And don't ask a signer to spell the whole word several times until you understand it. So if they're spelling the word paper and you caught part of it, you could say P-A-P, and they'll just be able to spell the last bit for you. Do shake your head. If you're spelling and you make a mistake, you shake your head and you start spelling the whole word again. It's really confusing to figure out where the mistake was. So if you made a mistake in the previous letter and then you go back and try and fix it, it muddles everything up. So you go back. If I get partway through, try the whole word again. Spell the letters you did understand and pause, and I will spell it again. So that's what you do. You don't need to erase the word. It's not really there. You can drop your hand slightly and just pick it up and do it again. That's another way to indicate that you made a mistake and are redoing it. Happens all the time. Don't beat yourself up for it. And last, a little note on how to spell names with the Mic prefix. So there's no special rule for finger spelling names like McCoy. Even though the second C is capitalized, you simply spell the whole name. The same thing is true for Mac at the beginning of a name or any other name where there is a capitalized letter in the middle of the word. You would simply spell the entire word letter by letter without caring if it's an uppercase or lowercase. If this is an important situation, like someone is writing your name down on a name tag or something, you can say capital if you need to indicate that this letter is capitalized in your name. All right, and we also went over the numbers already, 0 through 10. That's as far as we've gotten so far. But this lesson has a little bit of math to practice, so there's a couple of math-related signs that we can learn. Plus, positive, your finger can tap behind your finger or in front of your finger. Plus or positive. This can also mean like having a positive attitude or on the plus side. Minus or negative, representing a paper or something and drawing a line across it. Negative. Equal, also the sign for to be fair or equal. And what? Plus, minus, equal. And what? So for example, 4 plus 6 equals what? Practice signing through those on your own, and you will be getting some extra practice with your fingerspelling. So that is all of the grammar and vocabulary for this section. So make sure to read over the notes for anything else that you missed and other opportunities to keep practicing.